but this is a very we're not bragging. We're not making income claims. We're not making promises. We're just telling you real results from a real producer. Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. Hello, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America's Agency call. We have Miss Digna de Leon Morris on with us, and our special guest, Miss Elizabeth Jimenez, absolutely exploding in the Latino market, taking IULs by storm, having to have NLG and F&G hire additional staff to support the massive amount of production they're doing. Just elite producers, but on top of that, they're focused intensely on building their business. And I've had the great pleasure of knowing Digna for some years now, and only recently got to spend more time with Elizabeth. But watching her rise, it doesn't come by luck or by hope. It comes by work. And she has worked intensely hard. She sells at an elite level, outselling so many people, right? We're talking that she has issued, as of today, $406,000 on her own personal pen, and no annuities. So those that are always like, oh, how many annuities you got? Okay, listen, big talker. Okay, how many annuities you got, right? So I'm so proud of her, proud of Digna, and I wanted to have a special, like our call. Let's introduce Elizabeth to the world. Let's hear her full story and spend some time with her. So without further ado, how are you doing today, Miss Jimenez?
Great. Brady, I'm so happy to be here. So grateful. This is a very spectacular opportunity that you gave us for the Latino market. And yeah, let's start.
Perfect. Well, I love it. So my goal is always to find a comparison, right? If we all had a bunch of money, we wouldn't be working so hard. All of us start here with no money and ambition. And so I would love for you to share your background, your story, how you found FFL, what were you doing beforehand? I know it's a very special story and it's yours, but some that people go, I'm going through hard times, and she was going through hard times and she's overcome it. Let's find some comparisons. And I love if you just tell more people about, your background, who you are, how you found us.
Okay, I came here to United States in October of 2020, exactly 5 years ago, with my pocket completely empty, no money, no connections, no friends, no family. Because everything started in my country a little bit difficult because of the COVID. And I came here only for 3 months just to try. And I looking around that everything was very different, many opportunities. And I said, oh no, maybe this is a good option to be here. But I started working so hard since the first day because I didn't have money. So I had to push very, very fast because I had to pay my rent, everything. I came here with my daughter. She was 16, 15. And I worked in many things. In a restaurant, like a waitress. I worked in sales in a food company. I used to go to Miami every single day to sell in Miami. I opened there more than 100 supermarkets, but it was not what I wanted for me and for my family. I wanted something more. Always, I had my ambition was like being an entrepreneur woman, very successful, and that was not my goal. Then I finished that job and I started as a nanny because was more stable for me. It was better in many senses, money, but the same, always the feeling, this is not enough, this is not for me, I want something more. And it's not just about money, it's about purpose, right? It's about to leave a legacy for my family, for all my generations. It's not about my generation. It's not about myself. It's about 3 or 4 generations. When I found FFL or I found Digna in social media, like 98% of the agency, I saw something completely different. I saw a system. I saw like something easier. So in that moment, I have said many times, I just need 2 minutes. That's the reason when I'm doing an interview or I'm recruiting and I show everything we have, and the people say, "Let me think about it." I said, I want to work with people with vision, and we have something that nobody else have. Okay, we have everything here. So they told me, you're gonna work in your house. You only need a computer, a phone, headphones, and that's it, and an internet connection. And I said, I'm in. Where can I sign? And I started, and 2 weeks later I was in the convention in 2024. I was broken, and when I got back home, I said, my goodness, this is huge. I will do it. Like my life depends on this opportunity, and I want to do it with all my passion, with everything. I will work, and that's exactly what I'm doing. 1 year and a half, I haven't stopped one day. Well, maybe 1, 2, 3 days maximum, but I don't stop because I cannot. This is a compound effect.
Yeah.
This is the accumulation of many daily efforts and many daily like ability skills, and I'm just taking advantage of that. And I'm so grateful with this company, with Digna, with this team, with my team. I love my team. uh, yeah,
I
and
love it.
with Sean and you, of course.
I love it. Wow. So October 2020, your daughter, now she 21 now? 20?
Yeah, she's almost 21.
Almost 21. We got her license yet? She ready? She want to
Yes, yes. Guess what? Now this month she started 1 month ago, and she have submitted more than $45,000 with
Well,
20 years old.
amazing.
And I didn't have to push her. I said, just the example. And
Right.
she follow me, and she saw results, and she did it by herself. And she knows everything, all the script, she knows everything. I didn't teach her anything,
Well,
nothing.
yeah, she had a phenomenal example, and that's where our kids see everything, and that's amazing. So October 20. So for those out there that are like, oh, this is hard. Oh, the leads. Oh, my styler's not working. I'm marked spam likely. We're talking 5 years ago. You did not speak English, and you just moved here from what country?
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay. So for everybody out there, let's have some life's perspective. All right. Incredible, Elizabeth. What it takes from it's not about money, it's about purpose, your passion. And I mean, this is what people need to find. You need to find the next gear. And Elizabeth is an example of it. So incredible job on what you've done so far. I would love to tag in Digna for a second, and just will you share any kind of perspective or back, like the starting process, any of helping Elizabeth get up and going in the beginning?
Elizabeth is one of those people that she knows what she wanted from the beginning. And when she saw this opportunity at the beginning, she was super part-time because she was working as a nanny. But she was a part-time with a mission. She would not waste anybody's time. Tell me what to do. How many leads do I need to get? How many phone calls? And she was so intense, like intense, but very intentional, which is like what most people missed, right? So Elizabeth is that type of person. So she made a goal, Elizabeth. And if you could talk about that, because I know there's a lot of people here that are part-time, or they want to go ahead and I have a full-time job and I want to transition. That's what she did. She transitioned into a full-time here, and she was full-time nanny, part-time here, and then she went totally full-time and changed her life.
Mhm.
How do you do that? What intention, scheduling, like lead purchase, like people that are here that could, like, I could do that, right? It wasn't like you so special.
Yes,
You just did
yes.
it.
Since the first moment, I wanted to do the change. So I said, in the moment that I have in my bank account $20,000, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna leave my job. So I started working for the $20,000, and every single day, all my free time. I remember very well, Marisa told us in the convention, work part-time like a full-time. That's your full-time job, even if it's part-time. You understand, right? Yeah, so I was very intentional. I started investing in leads since the first day. And since 1 year and a half, February 2024, I haven't stopped one day investing in leads. Even if I'm 3 days off, or even if I have low balance in my bank account in the beginning, it doesn't matter. Every single day, I invest in leads.
So to write approximately issue, right, 40,000 a month, what do you invest in leads per week, per month? What is it? Do you have your own program? Do you do one-off batches? Do you got a marketing company? Whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Yes, well, long time
More
ago,
about.
I started investing 100 daily, long time ago. Now I'm investing 300 daily.
Okay.
And I have three different systems, and also recurring system.
That's the big money. That's the future right there. So, but just for clarity, so 300 a day. So you started $100 a day. That's a very manageable number for people to wrap their head around. Yes, it's $3,000 a month, but it's about $700 a week, right? And I think that's the biggest problem with new agents is they'll spend 500 or 700 or $425 that they have, and then they'll try to make 17,000 out of it versus having the mindset of I'm just going to buy a little bit every single week because it's new perspective, it's new time. The 8 leads may have been on vacation, they may not, something happened, but that's the thing where you create that consistent habit. We eat every day, we should shower every day, right? Why don't we buy leads every day, right? But to be at $300 a day is about 9,000. But if you're issuing 40, so it's about 22% of your income is an expense, right? So your investment is about 22% of the ROI. So essentially around a 5x, 4.5x return on your investment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a producer who's gone through the paces to get herself to the level now where she's producing consistently. But this is a very we're not bragging, we're not making income claims, we're not making promises. We're just telling you real results from a real producer. That's wonderful. So now the leads you're buying, what kind of leads are we getting? All
What
IULs or
yes, I just work IUL. Of course, if the client doesn't qualify for IUL, of course I jump to final expense, but my focus is in IUL.
okay. I mean, what do
I
you have
want to
different insight
Yeah,
on?
I wanted to add something to that, because one of the things, like you said, Grady, is like we shower every day, we should buy leads every day, right? And I think that's one of the things that make Elizabeth a top producer and a top agency owner, because she has the same mindset for her team, right? And one thing that she does really well, Elizabeth, I want you to talk about what you tell your team and what you did that first 90 days, because this is key. I told Elizabeth, no vacations, no spending, invest in your business. And I tell that to everyone in my agency, but they don't all listen to me. And Elizabeth listened to me, and she's literally has the American dream right now in her hands in a year and a half in this company. And when I tell people, she's speaking in Spanish, like she's very comfortable in Spanish, so she's helping Spanish clients, so she didn't have to go and learn better English and get all, like she's doing it in her language. She's using her own skills that she brought from Colombia. And she just learned that. Invest every day. Don't try to buy that $500 in leads and try to keep it for 3 months. She buys every day. And the first 90 day, Elizabeth, what do you talk about with your team about those first 90 days that you did and you duplicated?
Well, make mistakes as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if you are wrong. It doesn't matter, but start as soon as possible and invest and don't spend. Only reinvest in your business. Reinvest. That's the most important, because that's exactly what I did. I start selling, and my goal was sell one policy daily, minimum one policy. Okay, and don't stop.
Okay. I mean, I love the one policy daily. Kyle, you said that on a call recently. He said he kept it up for 9 months and he only missed it because he like went to a wedding or something. But I mean, it's just, he's like, sometimes I'll be stacking them and I'll sell an accidental for $9, but I'm not going to break the chain. It's a great, if you ever want to hear a great story, look up the Seinfeld strategy. It talks about how Jerry Seinfeld became so successful is he just made sure he wrote jokes every single day. And now he's one of the most successful comedians of all time. A very similar philosophy. Don't break the chain of buying leads every day or trying to make at least one sale every single day. It becomes a habit. Habit becomes how you identify and how your life is. So I love it. So now with new agents, what is your goal for a lead investment for them? What's their 90-day ramp up period for leads?
Well, in the beginning, the minimum is $50 daily investment in leads.
50 a day is
minimum. Yeah, minimum. With the first sale that I provide them leads, no super hot leads, like 2-3 months leads, all leads. They can sell. All the commission is for them, because I need they have like money to reinvest, and I'm very huh? No, I try to tell them, please don't spend this money in other things. Don't pay your credit card. No, reinvest, because you are becoming better every day. Okay, so invest every day $50. Stay here in the Zoom, listen all the people around, open your microphone and follow the system. Because the wheel is how do you say, Digna? Inventa. Created.
Right. So don't reinvent the wheel. It's already
Don't invent the wheel.
System.
Yeah, everything is it's for you here. Just stay here in the Zoom and listen and learn every day and become better and better and better. And you will see your closing rate at the beginning could be 10%. But if you still consistent and you still hear and you listen and you learn and you ¿cómo se dice? Desaprender.
You gotta unlearn.
You will have a better closing rate very fast. Okay, so if you still doing that, believe me, in few days your rating close will be 40%, 50%. Now my rating close is like 60-70%.
I love it. Well, that's you have to unlearn your bad habits and learn how to do it our way.